Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kahoku. I found out who set that trap for my men. The ones killed by the Thresher Moor. Damn, I hope you get this message. It was a group called Cerberus. An Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier. I don't have any proof, but I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them. I've done my part. Now it's up to you. This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
So she's worried about that. But first, let's go to Noveria, which is Beatrix's favorite place in the world. It's also actually one of my favorite places in Mass Effect, but I'm not being sarcastic like I was just now with Beatrix. I like it. I mean, I like the environment, and I like the architecture. I don't like the corporations part, though.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
I like that little smile she gives him. She likes Joker. She'd never admit it, but she likes him. She thinks he's funny. Well, sometimes. Alright, obviously gonna bring Liara, and then I usually bring, Tally or Ashley. Or Tally, just because there's Geth.
Equalizing interior
some
pressure
tech
with
powers against
exterior
them.
atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Has the deck. Has the dick. That's how I always hear it. Gonna just save it.
That's far enough.
I'm on important business.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect.
I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo.
She doesn't care about that.
Control Services.
All you need to know is I have more credentials than you.
They plan to be trouble, ma'am.
I can't let you enter the port area without confirmation of your identity. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
It would not be wise to search for the Geth unarmed.
She definitely makes things harder for herself. Like, this is such a antagonistic way to approach this situation.
Nobody takes my weapon.
Charge and lock!
We're authorized to use lethal force. You have to the count of 3 to surrender your weapons. 1, 2, 3.
Captain Matsuo, stand down! We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
Behave yourself.
I like her. I don't like Sterling, though. I mean, that makes sense. She literally attacks you later, but...
Weapons detectors.
Bad sounds.
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Ananias. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
Someone piss in your security chief's coffee today?
She takes her job seriously. She is a valuable asset to the company. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
Is this privacy intended to hide illegal research?
This planet is beyond the jurisdiction of the Citadel. The law is what the executive board says it is. Do you know how valuable this planet is? How many advances in genetics and artificial intelligence got their start here?
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? An Asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia? She is here?
Passed through? Where is she now?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Good. Give us directions and we'll be on our way.
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeas for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the Administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
We talked about her before, but things change when you're up against something. If it's her or me, who would you shoot?
I meant what I said before. Her actions are wrong. If you would feel safer leaving me on the Normandy, I will stay. But I would like to see her. Maybe I can persuade her to come peacefully.
I don't think that's likely, but you can try.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
I think at this point, Beatrix is, I think she doesn't really believe that Liara is in cahoots with Benezia. I don't think that's what her gut is telling her, but she is mistrustful, so she's not totally convinced. So she has, you know, these kind of feelings for Liara, but at the same time, she's kind of holding back a little bit because she's just like, you know, I don't totally trust you yet. But she trusts her more than she would expect herself to trust. Oops. Also, Beatrix has a slightly different face, because I finally got my act together and fixed some stuff about her that was bothering me. Mainly her lips. I straightened out her irises, which were all wonky. Her teeth were wonky too, which I kind of liked, because I don't think she'd be the type of person who would have perfectly straight pearly whites. And I like characters when they have, like, not perfect teeth, because I just think that's more realistic, and I can relate to that better, and I think most people can. You know, I might still mess with them at some point, and I'd like to just make them a little less white, I think, anyway. Just for realism's sake.
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Great, she won't. She hates Noveria. She already doesn't like it because of the corporations, but she's gonna like it less and less. And let's see. There's this guy. This is another thing I don't always know what to do about, because I don't think she would smuggle for him.
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
News travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here.
She's like, good.
This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
I want to know where this package is going.
This one's customer prefers to remain anonymous.
Your customer would prefer to have his package. Tell me who it's for or I walk.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute, and quick to anger. You understand this one's urgency. That other grows restless from the delay.
I'm supposed to uphold the law, not break it.
This one understands. The offer shall remain open. It truly needs the help.
I'll be leaving now.
This one humbly begs the other to consider its request.
So she doesn't really care about the law, especially in Noveria. But I think asking to smuggle something is kind of insulting to her, because she's like, you know, I'm a Spectre, I'm an Alliance soldier, and she's not gonna smuggle stuff for a bounty hunter, just because, like, she'd consider that, like, beneath her, and...
How can I help you?
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
Tell me about the companies that work on Noveria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Elanus Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Elanus also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
Haven't I seen Synthetic Insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
Yeah, she'd be one of the objectors of that.
I'd like to speak to Analeus.
One moment, please. Mr. Analeus?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
I don't share her dislike of AI, but I don't think I would trust a corporation to develop one if I didn't know what they were going to use it for. For the AI's sake, too.
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
Funny thing about humans, we're pretty loyal to our homeworld.
My homeworld is clean. Poverty is non-existent. If you take some perverse pride in that overheated, acid-washed slum, that is your business. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second-guessing of galactic law.
She isn't actually that loyal to Earth because she didn't have a great time on it. But when talking to aliens who insult it, she is loyal to it.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Noveria's backers.
Is Binary Helix developing weapons for him?
It's possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their business.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Venezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? Odd that you shouldn't mind their presence.
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor. She's here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Let him be stubborn, Shepard. I'm sure someone else here is willing to help us.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
She'll try.
I can bludgeon pretty hard.
Talk to Lorik Keene. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Analaeus.
I like her saying that, and then Shepard immediately being like, anyway, please talk more about him in earshot of Analaeus.
You said I should talk to Lorik Keene?
Mr. Analaeus isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan. Keene spends his days at the hotel since his office was closed.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
I like how she's an infiltrator, but she'd be like the worst infiltrator. Like, in the general sense of that word. Because she's very good at stealthing. Conversationally. I just picked infiltrator because she was my first Shepard. And I always play as like a rogue or a mage. Usually a rogue. And that was the closest one. Even though I'm not very good at being an infiltrator because I always forget about Tactical Cloak. I use it like once per playthrough.
Excuse me, I need a moment of your time. The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
Strange people skulking in corners have gotten me in trouble before.
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in Binary Helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Noveria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer. On behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance, discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
I mean, neither of these are things she'd say, because she's not going to do it because she doesn't care about the well-being of, copyright stuff. But she also isn't hung up on the fact that it's illegal. She's just like, no.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
I'll
no.
think about it.
Let me know what you decide.
Well, okay, whatever. Okay, let's... Before we talk to Laura Key, I'm just gonna do some exploring. I really like Noveria. I mean, I know it's like some brutalism architecture, which isn't my favorite. It actually reminds me of, I didn't go to college there, but Skidmore College in New York.
They'd only write them down on thin strips.
I did tour the campus, and the art building looked like this from the outside, which was one of the things that kind of made me not get excited about it.
You hear about the resort they've got here at the equator? Bounce backing, diving, and accredited.
But I do like it as a setting, even if I wouldn't want to. And that might be also mainly because I like all snowy stuff. Blizzard stuff.
Hang up. Elder brother, it's me. I'm on Noveria now.
Hello.
What do you want?
What are you having? What does that mean?
What's that you're drinking?
Human blood with cinnamon. Find someone else to bother.
That actually, like... I wonder if the cinnamon would kind of counteract the kind of irony, coppery taste of blood. Yeah, I think drinking blood would be too sweet, kind of. Not sweet, but kind of like not like pleasant. It's kind of thick and little. But maybe if you add cinnamon to it, it'd give a little bit more of a kick to it. I don't know. I think that could be a good idea. If I ever become a vampire, I will try that. I don't think I'll try that beforehand, though, because I don't have access to blood. Anyway, now that we've stopped talking about blood, let's talk to Laura Keene.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Did you see an Asari matriarch recently?
Yes, she caused quite a stir. It's not every day a matriarch arrives with a guard detail of commandos.
Is it so unusual to see a matriarch?
They rarely venture beyond Asari space. To see such an esteemed figure is surprising. Lady Benezia was also dressed for her role. An Asari in a pinstriped suit set tongues wagging among the younger male employees, so to speak.
Young males have an unhealthy obsession with my species.
So do the BioWare writers and animators. Although I would like to see Benezia in a pinstripe suit.
Armed commandos were allowed on Noveria?
I don't know if they were disarmed. Of course, one can't confiscate biotic powers. Saren, and by extension, Benezia, is an important person. By that I mean an investor who might sell stock, if denied.
Do you know why Benezia's here?
She claimed to be Saren's assistant, here to get a certain project back on track. I suspect she meant Peak 15.
I have a different question.
Humans are full of questions. I should write a book about it while I have the time to spare.
What would the book be about? Would you just list all the questions they ask, or would you just be like, they have questions? Would you philosophize about like why they have questions?
I need to get up to Peak 15.
Indeed. That might be difficult. A terrible storm has been unleashed up there.
The administrator won't give us garage access.
Not surprising. Of course, all the managers have access as well. I do, for that matter.
Are you Laura Keene? I heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you not? What can an old Turian like me possibly help you with?
I'm trying to find a way into the garage. I have places to go.
You need a pass. How fortuitous. I'm the manager of the local Synthetic Insights office. For the moment, at least. Mr. Analeus closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
By rents, you mean bribes for Ananias.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Ananias' actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Ananias would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
Why didn't Ananias cancel your pass clearance?
Why should he? There's nothing outside but snow and hungry Nathak.
How did you get a pass?
I'm a manager. Most executives on Noveria are free to come and go as they will.
That sounds like a fair trade.
Violence against Mr. Ananias' thugs may be necessary. He has members of
no,
Hanshan's
but Beatrix
security
hates
team searching
violence.
my offices.
She's a
He's putting them
pacifist.
under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
If he's paying them under the table, they're mercenaries. I can kill mercenaries.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
She won't. So I know there's a few ways to get the pass to the garage. I know you can do it by ratting out Opold, is that how you pronounce his name? But she wouldn't do that because she also isn't gonna like do anything to benefit Ananias. So this is fine. Oh, here's this guy. I love him. Hi. I love your shirt. Or, I mean, your outfit.
Spectre, right?
Who's asking?
Don't worry. I'm not out to put a slug in your head. I used to be a military tech. Except for Mayuko's people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you today?
You seem like you have an ear to the ground. What's happening around here?
There's the problems up on Peak 15. Synthetics Insights was shut down by Ananias, and the matriarch came through.
What was that about synthetic insights?
Scuttlebutt says Laura Keene was on the take. So Ananias shut down SI's offices. Quiet-like, so no off-world lawyers come in on it.
Oops, I meant to...
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Ananias or the managers, if you can polish enough gizzard.
What sort of problems are there at Peak 15?
Don't know. There's a blizzard up there, but we've had those before. Never cut the satellite uplinks before. 15's always had a lousy reputation. Nobody talks about what they do there. And everyone sent up comes back a little quieter.
Do you know where that matriarch is now?
You looking for her? She took a shuttle to Peak 15 before we lost contact.
What do you do here?
I'm the chief mechanic for Hanshan. Just call me Lee. Humans have a problem saying my full name. Got a team of 12 under me.
Maybe they should learn how to say it. Maybe that's a them problem and they should make an effort.
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Ananias or the manager.
Maybe you could let me borrow yours?
Sure. If I wanted to lose my job and get sued into the next spiral arm. Security tracks card use.
I have to go.
You need anything, I'll be here.
He's the only person on this station that she likes.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
What do you do if I don't?
You're the Spectre, right? Laura Keene is under investigation.
Ananias is paying you to shake this place down. That makes you a criminal. I can kill criminals.
You're bluffing.
How do you rate your confidence in that? 90th percentile? Is a 10% chance of death acceptable?
He ain't paying me enough to take on Spectres or Alliance troops or whatever. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
Okay, here's what I don't understand about that, is that then you still do have to fight. So did that just allow you not to have to fight those two people? Or, I don't quite understand that part. I also used to think that that was, what's-her-face, Sterling? Who you have to fight later. I couldn't tell them apart. And then that always confused me, but I realized he was just a random guard. Oh boy. Someone in this party is killing people a lot more efficiently than I am. Which isn't surprising, but still. Showing me up, the great Commander Shepard. Can't believe it. And here's Sterling.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
Do you plan on making me leave?
Leave? You think I'm gonna let you walk out? Ananias would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
She doesn't care.
Off duty breaking the law for bribe money. You expect us to feel bad for stopping you?
If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
You talk the talk. Let's see if you can walk before I break your legs.
Trying to target her. Sir? Well, he's... Before I go down and fight those other people, I am going to break into this office. Just for fun. Cool. Anyway, back to the bar.
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
Speak plain. What's your interest?
Not here, Spectre. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
I don't personally like this pattern on armor, but I think Beatrix would wear it, so trying to be true to her.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Noveria Internal Affairs.
What do you want?
The Executive Board knows about Ananias' corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Keen to testify before the board. With his evidence, this planet can run profitably again.
You work for Ananias. Can't you just take his records?
He's a crook, not a moron. He doesn't keep logs on his computer saying, "This month I stole 3 million credits." Keen's testimony and records are everything I need to prove Ananias' guilt in one package.
Why don't you ask Keen directly?
I'm Ananias' secretary. You'd think he'd believe me? That he'd meet me in some dark alley with his evidence?
I thought corruption was the rule on Noveria.
The rule is don't rock the boat. Self-interest is tolerated if it doesn't interfere with business. Ananias is driving customers away.
If your executive board loses a few million credits, it's not my problem. I have my own mission.
Yes, yes. Fate of billions and all that. I couldn't possibly understand how important your work is. You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
In the long run, it is better to remove the source of the problem.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
What's happening up on Peak 15?
Before the weather closed in, Hanshan received a Code Omega signal from him. Code Omega means a terminal breach of safety protocols. No one goes up until the crew sends an all clear.
That doesn't tell me much.
That's all I've got. No one knows what's going on up there.
And if the crew never sends an all clear?
The executive board votes whether or not to destroy the facility. One antimatter warhead from the battle stations vaporizes all contaminants.
Do you know why the matriarch is here?
Something to do with Peak 15. She arrived after we received their Code Omega, automated warning of a containment breach. She came with an escort of Asari commandos. They took the last shuttle up to Peak 15 with a load of crates.
Do you know what she had in the crates?
No idea. The commandos wouldn't let anyone near them. They seemed heavy, though.
How can I get to Peak 15?
The shuttles are down, so you'd have to drive up. If you get Keen to testify, I'll get you into the garage.
Well, she doesn't care about the well-being of Noveria and the internal affairs stuff, but she figures this is the best avenue, so.
I'll consider it and get back to you.
If you have any love for the law, you'll talk to Keen for me. Don't disappoint me. You know where I work. Come talk to me when you change your mind.
She has love for the law, but just not corporate law.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Ananias.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it? I have no interest in a public spectacle.
If necessary, yes. Do what I tell you to, or Ananias will find what he's looking for.
It is good to have all our cards on the table. I regret that you have a better hand. Very well, I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here.
It's for her, it's just like dealing with a bunch of shady, corrupt people. And she's like, I just gotta get to P15. But she's not having a fun time. I'm sure Liara isn't either, though. So pretty out.
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
It took some persuasion, but Keen has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport. I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be alright.
So, how about getting me into the garage?
While you were working on Keen, I got you a garage pass. Be careful up there. I have an arrest to make. Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
I love,
Yeah,
I love Beatrix's smile as this happens.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest.
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
Access to the garage is restricted.
I have authorization. Excuse me.
Yes, that's genuine. Drive safely. The weather's supposed to be pretty bad out in the Alutsk Valley.
Hope there's no Geth in here. Oh no, there's Geth in here.
I'd say these are what the matriarch had in the crates.
What are these things? Fan out and secure the area. No one gets in or out.
Hi.
What did you do here, Commander?
The Geth ambushed us. We fought back. That's it.
Geth, you expect me to... Where did they come from?
If I were to guess, the matriarch packed them in the shipping container she arrived with.
I don't believe that. We did thorough scans of those. There were no power sources, no element zero masses. If Benezia Sama's containers were packed with these things, there are many more out there.
We may be seeing a lot more of these things in the coming months.
For 3 centuries, everyone has said the Geth don't come out of the Veil. What is happening out there?
The same thing that happens to all species, Captain. Evolution.
I must report to the Executive Board. If word gets out about loose Geth, there may be an investor panic.
Alright, let's go out in the winter wonderland. Except more hellish than that. Woo! Spooky. Okay, let's see about rating this snowy world, huh? I like the big rocks, mountains, whatever. I like that there is this road and there's a sheer drop. Reminds me of driving Colorado on mountains, which is terrifying. I like how there's the little lights. I mean, it's Noveria, right? So, like, don't hit me. So I'm just gonna be biased because it's not just like a random Uncharted world. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to make this #1, just... But, you know, it's not #1 is my driving skills. What if Shepard killed one of those, and then she, like, put her tongue to it like a cold, like, pole, and then got her tongue stuck, and there was, like, shenanigans, like in A Christmas Story. And I like how the snow is a different color where it's been driven on a lot. And kind of icy, which would make sense. Ah! I missed it. That's very pretty too, right there. It's not really pretty, it's kind of cool. I really like P15. I like all the glass and stuff. And everything's kind of round. A lot of round edges, and makes me happy. I see you, I know. You don't have to lash out to get attention. That's a good sign. Giant flaming vehicle. Not gonna come out? Okay. Well, I got you, so...
User alert. All Peak 15 facilities have suffered a great deal of damage.
I
Biohazard
love
materials present throughout facility.
Mira's
Virtual
announcements.
intelligence user interface offline.
I know there's a mod to make her be quiet, but I love it.
Get the reactors back online.
It's so immersive. Oh, like I like all these doors and the glass.
Why are the turrets facing the wrong way? They want to keep their people in as much as they want to keep others out.
in the elevators. I always save before I go in the elevator because sometimes they glitch and they don't close and you can't move. And then you're stuck. Look at that. I love that. I'm not going to stop gushing at over this. I will. I won't gush the whole time. I think I missed almost every one of those shots.
What was that?
Animals? Wind? This place is in bad shape.
Here's a criticism I have of this level, is I wish they didn't call them Rachni in their label. Because that kind of ruins the twist when someone says Rachni and they go, Rachni? Even though we've just seen that they're called Rachni. Oh no, they both died. Sorry guys. At least you died how you lived, Liara, in a ridiculous pose. Where are you, Mr. Rachni? There you are. Oh my god. Liara!
Power system, Shepard. Must be for the station mainframe.
The damage.
Critical startup error. Virtual intelligence user interface offline. Manual boot required.
And I love this mirror core. I love this. Look at it. Ooh. Look at that. It's gorgeous. And I am going to do the manual one because I like doing this puzzle a lot. Of course, now that I know I'm being recorded, I'm going to do it bad. Oop, meant to click that one. Fuck. See, I told you I was gonna mess up.